Hi everyone, it's Erin. I probably look pretty awful right now. I really don't have any makeup on. I'm in just some schlumpy t-shirt. But anyway, I'm getting ready to take a nap, so I wanted to make a really quick video for Lost Daylight. So you'll probably notice the title of this video is not a week of pregnancy. It's been exactly 2 weeks since I made my last video on a Saturday. It was my 33 week video, and then I did my labor and delivery bags, and I was going to do my nursery tour the following day. However, had some issues. I ended up going to the hospital Sunday. I was 33 weeks and 4 days pregnant. Basically, I'll give you a quick rundown and then I'll do another video later. Actually, I'll do a lot more videos later. But basically, I had my daughter. We were 6 weeks and 1 day preemie total. They held me off. I went in. I know I'm all over the place in this video. Sorry. I'm tired. That Sunday after I made the last video, I went into the hospital because I just wasn't feeling right. I had laid down on the couch for a while. I put my feet up. I didn't really feel her move a lot that day, and that was probably the final straw of what made me go ahead and go to the hospital. And I want to make like a separate video just on Braxton Hicks contractions. Everyone needs to know that Braxton Hicks contractions can be serious. Even though they are virtually painless, like maybe a little bit of discomfort and that's it, they can cause labor. And lo and behold, I had been in labor for quite a while. Occasional Braxton Hicks contractions are no big deal. However, constant Braxton Hicks contractions can cause you to dilate. Everyone should know that. Don't freak out if you have occasional ones, but I was getting to the point where if it was rare to find my stomach soft. Normally it was hard. I wasn't counting because I couldn't feel them start and I couldn't feel them stop. I just knew that my stomach was hard all the time. But I always thought Braxton Hicks contractions, there was, nothing to worry about, nothing to cause concern. So I went into the hospital. I felt ridiculous. I went to the emergency room. Everyone started freaking out, like trying to get me up to labor and delivery, and I was like, no, it's fine. I didn't even call anybody. I went by myself. I had no idea. Like, I ended up, something in my mind thought, well, what if they wanted to keep me overnight, or what if this ends up being something? And I put all my hospital bags in my car, and I put the instructions out for my dog, and I had straightened up my house and everything. Like, everything was ready to go. I don't know why, because I really didn't think I needed it. I felt so stupid going to the hospital. But when I got there, they signed me in really quick, and they took me up to, I went to the emergency room. They took me up to labor and delivery. Made me put on a gown. I still kept explaining to the nurse, this is probably nothing. I shouldn't even be here. I laid down in the bed, and she asked me if I was having back pain. And I said, yeah, actually, I was uncomfortable last night. I couldn't really sleep. Like, just having, like, lumbar support back pain. I was like, yeah, it hurts, but I don't know why. The pain wasn't coming every 2 or 3 minutes. It was just constant back pain. I thought I pulled something the day before cleaning the house. And she asked me if I was having lower pelvic or lower abdominal cramping. And I was like, occasionally, a little bit, like it's a very mild menstrual cramp every once in a while, but nothing really. And I said, I know I'm having Braxton Hicks contractions. So she hooked me up to the monitor, and she turned around and looked at me with this face like, you're having contractions every 2 to 3 minutes. And I looked at her and I was like, they don't hurt. And she was like, we need to check you. She got down there and checked, and I have never felt more panic in my entire life. She told me that I was 5 centimeters dilated and 100% effaced. Now, that means I was in active labor. I was petrified. That was the scariest moment of my entire life. I went into like convulsions, like shaking. I didn't even call anybody. I was at the hospital by myself. So stupid. So I called my best friend and called my mom who lives 8 hours away. Everybody started getting there, I had a doctor come in and tell me it could happen within an hour. Another doctor, like, you know, he was like, the same doctor, but he came back in later and said, we're going to start you on magnesium, which was supposed to stop the contractions. He said, if it doesn't stop, you could have this baby in an hour, or it could be a couple days. We don't know. He said he said it would be a miracle if they could hold me off for 48 hours, because I was already past that point of stopping. Like, if I had gone in earlier, I might have only been 3 or 4 centimeters. They could have stopped it, and I could have been on bed rest for weeks. But since I had reached the 5 centimeter point, I guess, like, that's active labor and it's really hard to stop. But they gave me the maximum dosage of this magnesium stuff, and if anybody has ever taken it, I'm sorry. Like, that is, I'll go into this all in another video. I'm trying to keep this short. But that is the worst thing I've ever been through. Like, my contractions were nothing. The labor was nothing. The magnesium was awful. It was like the worst flu I have ever had in my entire life. My temperature was hot. My face became red. My whole skin, like, I thought my skin was gonna explode. My joints hurt. Like, it was awful. Anyway, they kept me on that for 48 hours until it eventually causes respiratory distress, and that's what it started doing for me. I couldn't breathe. Well, I could breathe, but, like, I felt like I had, like, an elephant on my chest, you know. I started coughing, like I just couldn't breathe deeply. It also takes away all of your energy, and I kept telling the doctor, I don't know how I'm gonna push. Like, I can't even lift my leg right now. It felt like you have like a lead vest on, but on your whole body. Like, it's awful. Anyway, they started to reduce the medication. They wanted to take it down slowly, so maybe I wouldn't go right into labor. In the 48 hours, they gave me steroid shots for her lungs because she's not developed. She's 6 weeks preemie. They started to take me down off of the magnesium. The maximum they can give you is a level 3 or 3 drips a minute or whatever it is. 3. They dropped it back to 2.5, and I immediately started contractions again, and that was Tuesday morning. So they bumped it back up, and they waited for the doctor to come in, and the doctor said we can't do anything else, we have to take her off. So they took me off that magnesium, and then within 4 hours my daughter was born. So she's doing really well. I'll make a couple videos. I have tons of video clips and pictures and everything from the birth to our stay in the NICU. We did spend 9 days in the NICU, which is the reason I haven't made a video yet. It's extremely stressful. We just took her home. My mom's here still with me, so I keep saying we. My mom and I were able to take her home Thursday. I don't even know what day it is. Yeah, it was Thursday. Today's Saturday. So it's been almost 2 days since she's been home, and everything is so awesome. It's wonderful. She's teeny tiny. She was born at 4 pounds 13 ounces. She was a screamer from birth. She did really well. They put her on oxygen for a few hours, but then she did really well, so they didn't have to. They didn't even have to do a feeding tube, but she did have some problems actually sucking and swallowing. So that's what really kept us there for the 9 days, and I took her home at 4 pounds 10 ounces because they lose a little bit of weight. She's a teeny tiny little baby doll, and I'll put some pictures in here, some quick pictures, and then I will also, of course, I'm going to make a video about her first week of life and postpartum. I am down to 12 pounds, 12 pounds of weight gain since like before I was pregnant. And I could show you my stomach. I'll probably do a different postpartum. Maybe I'll do like a 2-week postpartum video instead of a 1 week because I missed the 1 week. But I think that's it. So surprise! She took us all by surprise. So I'll show you my stomach if you guys want to see it. I'll discuss in my 2-week postpartum video, but like all of everything that I went through after I had her up until now. Maybe I'll do that video tomorrow, or I might do it when I get to my parents' house. But You can see my skin's definitely looser and a little squishy, but for the most part, my stretch marks are also darker than they were when I was pregnant. I still have my line. It's still a little squishy here, but not bad. I don't know if you can see. It's going down every day. It's like every day I feel like I lose a month worth of chub. At least it was in the beginning. Now it's slowing down some, but I can still tell every day it's going down. I have ankles again. That's crazy. I forgot how small my ankles actually are because I think they've been swollen since I was like 7 months pregnant. It's like 2 days ago I looked down at my ankles and I thought, oh my gosh, they're so bony. But oh, that's the way they're supposed to look. They're not supposed to be fat. Oh. Anyway, okay. So I am going to go take a nap because the little one is taking a nap. And I am going to take full advantage of that right now. Okay, I decided to go ahead and show her to you guys. She's sleeping right now, so there's not really a lot to see. But it would be totally unfair if I didn't show you. So, NICU babies are a little bit different than regular babies. She doesn't have any body fat, so she always has to be swaddled and have hats on. And we have to keep it like 75 degrees in the house right now. So she can keep her body warmed up. But she still has her hospital hat on right now because it fits her best, and it's the warmest. Oh, I think it just got dark. Okay, there we go. Minor camera problems. Okay, so it's all wrapped up like a little baby burrito. And here she is. Oh, grumpy face. Grumpy face. And she's full after her meal, so she's sound asleep. She makes so many fun little faces when she sleeps. It's like the best channel on TV to sit there and watch your baby while they sleep. It's weird, I know. But she does have a lot of hair. Not so much on the top. And she's got very characteristic eyebrows. Just like her daddy. He has big bushy eyebrows. Anyway, so here she is. She's really tiny. Anyway. Okay, I will make more videos coming shortly.